Hi guys, it's Elisa. Welcome back to my channel. Hi Dad. Hi, I'm gonna try this again. Hey everyone, it's Elisa. Welcome back to my channel for another one of my videos. If you don't know me or if you're new to my channel, hello, I'm Elisa. Not Alyssa, not Alicia, not Alicia, not Eliza. What was that weird one that I got at Starbucks the other day? Oh, Asia. Yeah, none of those. Just Elisa. It's like Lisa, but you're thinking, Lisa. It couldn't get any more easier than that. If you're new to my channel, I do relationship advice, breakup, love, how to get the girl, how to get the guy, or even how to lose the girl if you're tired of being with her. But don't watch that because that's sad, and we are doing nice and big things in 2020 that does not involve breaking hearts. I've been doing relationship advice on YouTube for years now. I started off doing guitar, moved into cheerleading. I've been everywhere on the YouTube map, but now I'm doing a lot of vlogging, relationship advice, and I just finished up a whole series about the Disney College program as I just completed a 6-month internship in Disney World. So if you're interested in any of those, please check out my channel, and I'm begging you to subscribe because we're trying to get those numbers up in the year 2020. So please be a part of that, make it happen, like, comment, even if it's just a smiley face, be creepy, I don't care. So today's video is going to be what girls want from men, what women want from men. And this video is not going to be a one-size-fits-all. All 12 steps that I'm including are not for everybody. These are things that you can pull from, like a basket of candy. You're not going to like every single piece of candy in the basket, but I can guarantee there's going to be a couple things in here that really are going to float your boat and things that I really feel like could help you. So these are things that I've gathered. I didn't look anything up because I don't need that. I have my brain and that's my Google. So these are just 12 things that I've composed speaking from experience, things that I have needed from a relationship, things that my friends have needed from a relationship. So I took those things, I put them together, and I'm going to read them to you. And these aren't in any particular order, I should also mention. The first thing that women want from men is to receive physical attention, but not always how you think. I know guys, especially when they're younger, like I would say middle school, high school, maybe even the earlier years in college, men think, boys, shall I correct myself, think that women love being called sexy, hot. And I'll tell you, some girls do like being called that. There are compliments that some people really do appreciate, but it's just because they're not wise enough or old enough or mature enough to understand that these things really aren't compliments. There's a time and place for that. There is, I'll admit, even if you're an adult. Being called sexy has a time and place, but that's not just how we want to be labeled by. Women, especially as we mature and grow, we do love being called gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, like everything you can think of. We love when boys are not afraid to really acknowledge the things that society doesn't point out about women. Like when you say, oh, she has a I want to. It's cute when we're in middle school and when we're in high school, and you might even find some girls in college who like that kind of stuff, or women outside of college who like those kind of compliments. But me personally, and the girls that I hang out with, we prefer more mature terms, more mature compliments. You know, instead of saying that I have a nice rag, tell me that my eyelashes look nice. Tell me that my hair is pretty. Some girls get the same compliments over and over. You know, some girls constantly hear that they have a nice this, or a nice that, or a really huge this, or a really gigantic that. Yeah, like we get that. But you know what really captures our attention is when a guy looks over and says, wow, you have really cute cheeks. I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of. It's just a compliment that we don't expect. Like, literally surprise us with a compliment. Tell us something that you think in your head, oh, this might be weird. Maybe it will be weird, but at least she'll know that you're not just like every other guy who's just using a bait compliment to try to get her attention. But when the truth of the matter is, she gets that same compliment all the time. Switch up your compliments. You know, when a guy tells me I have pretty eyes, or a pretty smile, or XYZ, and I haven't heard that before, that is much more meaningful and much more sincere than being told I have a That's it for number one. Physical attention, but not in the way you think. Don't be afraid to step outside the box. And I've given one of my really good friends the same piece of advice, and he told me he's had really good luck with it. So take my advice. I'm not wrong. Number two is stability. So one thing that guys really should think about providing women more if you want to get them to be your girlfriend or fix your marriage, or I'm not a marriage counselor, shall I reiterate, I'm just a girl on the internet who knows a thing or two about a couple things. We like stability, and this is if we're pursuing someone, if we're getting to know someone, or if we've been with someone, but stability. The person that we're hanging out with when we're in a room with all of your friends is the same person we want to hang out with when we're in a bar with you, when we're at a public restaurant with you, when we're just hanging out with you one-on-one. We want that same person all around. I understand, like, sometimes it's okay to show PDA more, let's say if you're getting drinks downtown, than it is if you're at a fancy restaurant meeting her parents. That's fine. But if you're like one of those guys who are all like, oh, big and macho with the bros, talking about other girls, like talking about all of our really bad, dirty past experiences when we're in a room full of guys, and then like you leave with your girlfriend to go somewhere else, there's that awkward car ride where you're like, so what did you do last March? Did you seriously last March? We want stability, we want consistency, we want the same version of you all around. We understand there's different dialects, you know, like obviously I'm not the same person I am around my parents than I am with my friends. I'm the same person, but you choose what you share with certain people. So as long as you're the same person, you stay true to yourself. You know, it's okay to talk about your past experiences with your guy friends, but maybe when you're sitting with your new girlfriend or your fiance or your wife, it's not really the best time and place to bring those things up. And I feel like if you have really good friends who respect that, they would stay true to that when you're hanging out with your new girlfriend. You know, they're not going to bring up a conversation that they know you wouldn't want your new girlfriend hearing. And it's not even just in terms of like dirty conversations, it's just in terms of like who you are as a person. If you're like super shy and awkward, like when you're alone with a girl, that's fine. We understand it takes a while to break in to someone new, especially someone that you may have feelings for. But when you're like a totally different crazy person around all your friends, it kind of like gives us this weird feeling like, who are you? Like, what side am I seeing? It kind of gives us this feeling of like lostness. Is that a word? Lostness? That we really don't know the person that we're spending our time with. So make sure that you stay true to who you are and you show those same sides throughout every environment. It's okay if they change like a little bit here and there, but as long as like you're you and you're showing the same consistent version of you, that's what we want to see. We want to see you in every environment, because if we like you or if we're dating you, then that's all life is seeing each other in different phases. So you might as well get it off to a good start, because it's going to be happening pretty much for the rest of our lives. So number 3 is being aware, but being aware on your own. So this one is going to be hard to find a little blurb for when it's going to all of y'all. Like, I don't know if you're in the talking phase, dating phase, engaged, married, whatever. I don't know who you are or what you want from me, but I'm going to try to sum this up as well as I can. So there are definitely needs that women want, and I do agree that women and girls should be and could be more vocal about the things that we want, because sometimes things get lost in translation, or we get upset because something didn't happen that we were subliminally expecting to happen. So yeah, we should be more vocal about things that we want, but this is the whole point of number 3, is being aware on your own. Let's say we've been having a really hard week. An animal passed away. We've been busy with finals. Someone hit our car in the parking garage. Even if it's just like mentally challenging things. It fixes a lot. We've just been dealing with a lot of things. We've been stressed out. Maybe we've been more spacey over the phone, spacey over the text. We don't want to tell you, yeah, I've been stressed, I think you should take me on a date. Or I've been stressed, I want flowers. Or like, we don't want to have to verbalize everything. It's okay if you tune in on what is stressing us out and try to give back. It doesn't always have to be physical. It doesn't always have to be a date or flowers or a new bracelet. It doesn't always have to be stuff like that, but at least like a text message that says, hey, like, you're doing great, I see you and I appreciate you, like, I'm very proud of you for going through this. Like, it can be so much as a text. It doesn't always have to be something physical, but we want you to be aware of us and what we're going through, and not even like always sad things. Let's say we just got a new internship or a new job or an interview, or we got an A on our final. Like, it's okay for you to FaceTime us and be like, wow, congratulations, that's so cool. Like, we want you to be our cheerleader through the dark times and the good times without us having to verbalize everything. So you really need to get to know your woman, get to know your lady, know how she reacts in times of stress and times of happiness, and learn how to like bounce off of that. So this isn't like a one-size-fits-all thing. None of these are, but this one especially, learn the woman and just be aware of what she needs, what she wants. If she's really, really busy all the time, but you know she has next Thursday off, make a dinner reservation for next Thursday and tell her that y'all have a date. It's just things like that. You know, if you know that she's going to be home after work just hanging out, but you're hanging out with your friends, just know that you can step outside for 10 minutes and make a call and ask her how she's doing or how her day has been. It's as easy as that. Just be there, okay? Just freaking be there. Number 4 is space, but accepted space. I know some couples who the guy is very clingy, very attached. You know, if the girl's taking space, this one guy in particular would just like freak out on her, ask like what's wrong with her, like I hate people like that. Like, I know that y'all are out there, y'all need to chill out. You know, it's okay for someone to kind of do their own thing, take space without there always having to be a problem. And this one I'm putting down for a specific friend of mine because her old boyfriend used to do this really bad. But I know there's guys out there that are super clingy, and that just, I know it's a result of self-consciousness. Maybe you've been cheated on in the past, you're insecure about some certain things. That's fine, but we want to know that we'll be able to go out with our girlfriends, have a good time, go out for drinks, go out dancing, without it having to be an argument. Like, you shouldn't have to think, oh, my phone died, guess it's going to be an argument later. Like, no, that should be the last thing on your mind. It should be, my phone died, but I know that I'll explain it to him later and he'll be cool with it. You know, space, but accepted space. It's not bad space, it's not reconstructive space, it's nothing like that. It's just us doing our own thing. And you just being okay with it because you're a cool person. You're chill, you go with the flow, you're adaptable, yada yada yada. Space, but chill space, accepted space. Number 5 is being curious. This one I like a lot. This one I feel like is one of the most important ones to me, especially in the dating phase, or being engaged phase, or even the marriage phase. Being constantly curious about a girl is something that literally is one of the tricks to keeping your honeymoon phase lasting forever. So you should never quit trying to get to know a person, and this is both ways. You know, you should constantly try to get to know the other person, whether it's like their ancestry or like their favorite classes in middle school, or like going through each other's baby pictures, or I don't know, their first car and like what their dream car is. It's just like getting to know a person. I found this book at the thrift store the other day called 500 Writing Prompts, and they actually sell it at Five Below. But it's literally just 500 questions about you, and I brought it with me to the doctor's office yesterday, and I was sitting there filling it out, and as I was doing it, I was like, I don't even know half of the stuff about my own boyfriend. Not because I don't know him, but because we've never really had conversations this deep. We've had some deep conversations, but this is like next level stuff. So just curiosity. Curiosity never hurt anybody. Well, it probably has, but it shouldn't in this case. It's okay to ask questions. Get to know this person, whether or not it's their past, their present, or their future. We want to tell you things about our family, about our friends. We want to tell you why we're no longer friends with Sue. We want to share that with you, so feel free to ask. You know, if we're driving somewhere and you look over and you say, wow, your hair looks different. I want to tell you why it looks different. Because I just box dyed it myself and I freaking hate it. And then I spent $8 on Color Oops and then 30 minutes in the shower scrubbing it out because I hated it even more. That's why my hair looks different. We want to be able to share this information with you because it's nice having someone to talk to, especially someone who notices things like that. Someone who's curious about our life, about our hair, about our crazy family, our crazy drunk aunt. We want to share that with you. But we don't want to do it just randomly. Ask. Ask and you shall receive. Number 6 is short, feeling protected. This one's a cliche, but we do want to feel protected. You know, if I'm going out to a bar and a guy like gives me a weird look or tries to hit on me, we want to know that you'll be there and be like, no. She's mine, not yours. Get the hell out. We want that. We want to feel protected. We want to feel like at the end of the day we have someone who can hold us tight, tell us everything's going to be okay. You don't have to be a gargantuan to give really good hugs. My boyfriend is only a couple inches taller than me, and I'm pretty short. But he makes me feel very protected because he knows what scares me, he knows what irks me, and he knows what freaks me out. Men, gas stations, and anything after 8 p.m. So it's just being there. And you don't even have to always be there physically. See, I've been long distance for about 8 months now. And even when it's just like walking me to my car at night on the phone, like, yeah, somebody could jump out of these bushes and tackle me right now and he's not going to be there to do anything. But at least he'll hear it happen because he was on the phone with me. It's okay to like not always physically be there, but like it's things like text me when you're home safe. Text me when you're leaving the bar. If you feel unsafe, you can always share your location with me. It doesn't have to be permanent. just share it if you feel unsafe. Like, we want you to be there presently, but just not excessive. Just be there. That's all I'm going to say. Number 7 is honesty. Honesty is a tricky one because, I mean, it's really not. Being honest can suck sometimes, especially when it's coming clean about the past, maybe even little white lies that are going on in the present, or just anything. Like, honesty really is a tricky one, but it's easier to be honest now and kind of upset us than it is to be caught in a lie that will permanently hurt us. I'd rather have like a sucky honesty, like a sucky honest moment, than to have the permanency of catching you in a lie, of discovering something that I really didn't want to know. Just be honest, you know, even if it sucks. Don't try to hide it, don't try to cover it up. Just be honest off the bat. This is especially vital when you're in the talking phase, because if you know she hates weed and you're like a raging stoner, I wouldn't try to hide that, because not only is weed very difficult to hide, but you don't want that extra baggage. Like, I don't know if you know that song, if the bones are good, the rest don't matter, because you would never mean that. It's that whole song, ow, paper cut. The whole song is about the foundation of a relationship. If the bones are good, the rest don't matter. And that is so true with everything, even friendships. If the bones are good, if the foundation is good, then you're just going to build good stuff on top of it. You don't want things built on lies, deception, dishonesty. You want everything to be honest, even if it sucks. You know, even if she hates stoners, you could be like, hey, I like you a lot, but I'm a stoner. Who knows, maybe it'll hurt her in the moment, but she can learn to accept it. It's going to be a lot easier for her to get over that initial speed hump than it is to be in a 3-year relationship with you and then one day walk in on you because she got home from work early and you're just sitting there 3 joints and like, oh, hey, it's not what it looks like. Like, you want to be honest from the get-go. Believe me, it'll save a lot of pain. It'll save a lot of trust issues in the long run. Number 8 is empathy. Empathy is a huge one for guys because I feel like guys naturally aren't as empathetic as girls. This changes, you know, I've definitely met some guys who are very empathetic, but just be there. You know, if we're telling you a story, really listen. Put yourself in the story. Don't be like, yeah, Like, no, we want you to be there. We want you to listen. We want you to ask questions. We want you to really get engaged in the stories that we tell you. If we need advice, we know that you hate listening to us like rant about girl drama, but if we do it, at least ask questions. At least like, why did she do that? If we're hurting, we're not really asking you to hurt with us, but if you want to try to show some empathy, go for it. We want to know that you're there listening to us and just really being in that story with us at the moment. Number 9 is being supportive. I think this really goes with number 8 is being empathetic, but whether it's little steps or big steps, we want to know that you are there supporting us. The support thing kind of plays into most of these other steps, but like today, I just got home from touring a house that I was looking at living in for my last semester in college. As soon as I got done, my boyfriend called me and asked how the house was and how it looked, and so I sent him some pictures. We want you to be there, you know, we want to know that at the end of our accomplishment, you're going to be there. I know my boyfriend and I, we have been through so much together, and looking back now, we have really conquered so much, and it's just because we're such a good support system for each other. You know, he's literally watched me get like 3 or 4 different jobs. He's watched me get my Disney internship, my office job. He's watched me get this job that I just applied to today and got. He's watched me get all these job interviews. He's watched me get so many things, and I've watched him get so many things, including his big job. And it's really good that you're living there in the moment with them and celebrating them. It's just milestones. You know, life is all about the little things. There really are no big things, because big things are only comprised of little things. So we really want you to be there for us during the little times, because those are what make up the big times. That way when we're older and we're reminiscing on all the big things, you were a part of them. You see where I'm getting to? Like, just be there. You know, be our cheerleader, be our emotional support boy. It doesn't always have to be a dog. However, I do prefer my emotional support figures in the form of dogs. But we want you to be there. We want you to be supportive. We want you to, like I said, ask questions, really be engaged, be sympathetic, be empathetic, be there. How many times have I said be there in this video? New drinking game. Start this video at 0.00 and take a shot every time I say be there. Number 10 is be vulnerable. This is a big one because I feel like a lot of guys think it's manly, not manly to show emotions, but I beg to differ. It's okay to cry. I know that some guys and some girls will disagree with me, and that's fine. Like I said, this isn't a one-size-fits-all. But it really is okay for you to show your emotions. It doesn't have to be a lot. A matter of fact, it's probably good if it's not too much, because that's a little bit concerning at some point. But, you know, if something is really bothering you, if something is really upsetting you, or if you get into a huge argument with your girlfriend, it's okay to cry. It's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to really verbalize how you're feeling, because that's kind of where we learn who you really are. A man's strength isn't defined by the amount of times he's held it together. It's defined by the amount of times he's fallen down but gotten back up. And that's in every circumstance. Like, strength isn't defined. I just got a notification. Strength isn't defined by how many times you've physically held your tears in. No, it's literally defined by the amount of times that you've been knocked down, you've gone through a tough thing, but you've gotten back on your feet. That's what strength is to me, and that applies to men too. It's okay to see a man cry. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Like, as long as it's not like constant. If I see a man cry about something, especially my boyfriend, I know it's a huge thing. And that really just makes me realize how much I could get involved in whatever's going on, how much I can help. Like, what can I do to help you get through this? What can I do to make this a less painful experience for you? Even if it's a happy thing, like getting married. Oh my God, I swear to God, if I'm walking down the aisle and my husband doesn't start crying, I'm going to turn around and try again, because I've been watching videos of that ever since I was little. I think it's the sweetest thing. I think it's totally cool if a guy shows his emotions. Like, why not? And that's not even like, just if we get in a fight, I want you to cry. It doesn't have to be stuff like that. But like, if we're at work or anywhere and like someone like really pisses us off, or someone really does us wrong, and we're telling you this story, this also goes with number 8, empathy, and number 9, being supportive. If I tell you the story, I want you to get mad too. If I'm saying, yeah, this man called me, and I want you to be like, oh my God, what a freaking person I hate. Like, I want you to really show your emotions and pump me up and let me know that I'm not crazy for feeling this way. You see how so many of these tie together? Did I do that on purpose? Probably. No, I didn't. It just so happens to work that way. Number 11, and I put this one as number 11 because 11 is my lucky number, and this is also probably my most favorite ones. But it's also because it falls under my love language. But number 11 is being spontaneous. When my boyfriend and I had first met, he texted me. He was like, have you ever been to the zoo around here? And I was like, yeah, a couple times. He was like, great, because I'm taking you there. I remember that because it was such a huge thing for me, because no one's ever really done that for me before, and I just remember being so excited. I literally screenshotted that text, and I'm pretty sure I still have it. But it's just things like that, like, surprise us. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It doesn't have to be a trip to the zoo or a trip to the what's it called, Cheesecake Factory. But if you ever want to text me and be like, hey, I made a dinner reservation for tomorrow night at 7, I think you should wear that cute red dress that you wore when we went to blah 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 back in blah blah blah. Like, just things like that. Or like, hey, check your doorstep, I think the mailman might have left you something, and we go out there and it's like chocolate or like a DVD or anything. Like, who watches DVDs? I do. I'm not even ashamed of it. I still watch DVDs. It's just, be spontaneous, you know, especially when we're going through hard things. This also applies to a lot of stuff on here, actually, especially being supportive, being empathetic. I do love when it's reciprocated. And if it's not reciprocated for a long time, girls will naturally think that, like, we're not deserving of it anymore, or you're outgrowing us, or we're kind of like losing our attraction, and we don't like feeling like that. So feel free to be spontaneous, whether or not it's like a $2 movie from the dollar store, or a necklace that you found at Walmart, or Pandora. It doesn't have to be anything like extravagant. It could be so much as like a bird feather, as long as it's disinfected. But if you know we like feathers, and you find a feather, then pick up that feather and give me that feather, because you know I love feathers. I personally don't like feathers, but I know a lot of people who really love feathers. I don't know why I said feathers so much. Another drinking game. The very last one, number 12, is feeling included. This one kind of goes under the stability, you know, if you're being the same person. Well, stability and consistency. It's like stability / consistency. Being the same person in every situation. Number 12 is being included. You know, if you're going out with your friends, but you know that your friends are bringing some of their girlfriends, we want you to text us and be like, hey, you know, the guys are going out for pizza tonight, so-and-so are bringing their girlfriends, I would really love for you to come. Or like, hey, there's a football game playing, and I really don't want to go by myself, do you want to come with me? Drinks on me. Like, this is so cliche, but just stuff like that. Like, we want to feel included. If we're staying home on a Tuesday night, I feel like I've been using Tuesday, like throughout this whole video, but today's Tuesday, maybe that's why. If you know that we're staying home on this lonesome Tuesday night, but you're going to Walmart to grab groceries, you can text us, you know, and say, hey, you want to come to Walmart with me? Like, I'll pick you up. It's just, this also goes under spontaneity, I don't know how to say that word. It goes under being spontaneous. These are really all integrated with each other. We want to feel included in your life, especially when it's stuff with your friends and your family. If you're constantly inviting us, like, to your house at 10 p.m. because you want to smash, like, no, that's only cute for a certain amount of times, but then it's like, when am I going to start getting involved with your life? You know, if you invite me to something that your friends are going to, that your family's going to, that's really going to show me that you want me to be a part of your life, which is amazing and such a good feeling, and also very stressful because I need to pick out what I'm going to wear and how I'm going to do my makeup and what jewelry I'm going to wear. Give us a heads up if it does involve your family or friends, though, that way we can prepare appropriately. So that's pretty much all my steps today. Just to reiterate, I'm going to read through all the steps again, just so you are aware of what we just covered. So number 1 is receiving physical attention, but not in the way you think. Number 2 is stability / consistency, being the same version of yourself all around. But in order to do this, it's not something that you can really share with a girl unless you have a good sense of it on your own. Like, in order for me to provide my boyfriend with the same 10 versions of myself in 10 different situations, I need to know who I am on my own. That's an independent process, so make sure you're able to do that. Number 3 is being aware but on your own. Number 4 is space, but accepted space, and we know it's not going to cause a fight. Number 5 is curiosity, constant curiosity, always asking questions, always wanting to deepen that bond that you have. Number 6 is feeling protected. Number 7 is honesty. Number 8 is empathy, being able to be empathetic. Number 9 is being supportive. Number 10 is being vulnerable. Number 11 is being spontaneous. Number 12 is the feeling of being included. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you think I left out any steps, feel free to comment them down below, and we can definitely talk about them. But as for now, I think I'm pretty much done. So feel free to follow me on my socials. They're going to be on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, like this video, comment, and do whatever you need to show my channel some support. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your new year. I'll see you soon.